Hi everybody. Okay, this is a video I've been wanting to do for a couple months, but the reason I've been holding off is because I switched out my headphones a couple times and I switch out my keyboards about twice a year, so about every 6 months, give or take. Because the thing about keyboards is that they're supposed to last a long time, but I use mine quite a bit. So I don't get the usual life that you would normally get if you barely use your equipment. Okay, now I have to put in there a lot of specifics. So for my main audience, this might be a bit boring, but I feel like I have to do it so that you know all the specifics about it. Okay, all right. So let's start with a headset. Um, I've switched out my headset at least 4 times or 3 or 4 times in the last 2 years, and I know a lot sooner than that. Only because, for me, now this is completely personal, but for me, it has to be comfortable, obviously. I have to feel like I get good audio out of it, either hearing stuff or hearing myself back when I'm doing these videos. And or noise cancellation is good, although not completely necessary, although it would be nice because sometimes I do a few things with noise and it would be a nice um, benefit to have noise cancellation. So, okay. So I started out with Lorelei headsets, and they're good. They're really good. However, they don't last that long, and I can tell when they're gonna go out because I start having problems like I'll not hear on one side or the other side, and I'm like, okay, I got a couple months on this one, and they're gonna go out. Okay, now I switched from that to Logitech, and Logitech is a great company, and it has great computer equipment. You can get everything. You can get keyboards, mice, headsets, like I said. But the headset is new for me because I never tried a Logitech headset before. Okay, and I kind of want to go with a pink theme, so that's why I had a pink headset. However, for me, I don't like the whole microphone, like actually speaking into a microphone. I just didn't like what it did to my voice, number one. Number two, for the comfort thing, it wasn't that comfortable because the ear pads are sufficient but kind of small. So when you um, use it for hours at a time, it starts to get painful on your head and in your ears, kind of, you know. Okay, so that didn't work for me. Not really. Um, but I always have, like, this is my system. I have the pair I'm using now, and I always have a backup just in case something happens. I have a backup so I can switch it kind of fast and still move on with what I'm doing here. So that's my system there. Okay. Now, as far as keyboards, I've had a lot of keyboards over the years, although I used to, and and I don't mean that I wasn't aware of what was going on, but I would just wait until the keyboard almost wore out, and then I'd replace it, right? Okay, well, nothing wrong with that. However, if it takes a while for you to get that other item that you're waiting for, then you could be without a keyboard. So, okay. So I have used HP keyboards. I've used a Logitech. I've used pretty much across the gamut. I've used every kind of brand, I think, on the market. I mean, some things I don't use because I kind of see, okay, well, because I kind of go with the you get what you pay for. And so, yeah, I like to spend around $20 for everything I use just because of how frequently I change it out. So I don't really spend that much money. Because to me, I'd rather have a $20 keyboard, for example, to go out than something that cost me $100. Because then I'd be more reluctant to throw it out and more willing to try to eke it out. So, okay. So I just started using Logitech keyboards, like I said, and I found a nice combo where you get the mouse and the keyboard. I'm not going to show the keyboard, but just imagine a full keyboard, but in rose pink keyboard. Okay. Now, the cool thing about the set is that it's all wireless, so you don't have the wires. Now, I'm down to 2 wires because I have to have the audio cable for the headset, and also I have the battery charging cable for the headset. So, but okay, things that are important on a keyboard for me. Okay, I'll go with the obvious first, and then I'll go to other things. Obviously, I need as spill resistant as possible, just in case something happens. I don't want it to stop working. Okay, number 2, I like a quiet keyboard in the fact of when I'm typing, I don't want to hear every keyboard move I make. So, and then also longevity, which is kind of, understood. But I don't really have to change out the keyboards all the time. I just like to because I kind of think I use the keyboard a lot. So I don't want to wait until I'm typing because I've waited until I'm typing. And when you type stuff and it doesn't make any sense, it's because the keyboard's going out. I don't wait until then anymore. I just wait until I know it's been a while since I changed out everything. And then what I do is to make it easier, I just change out everything at the same time. Or I try to do that. So it's not like you're changing out one part, then you have to change out another part. I just change it all out at the same time. So okay. To kind of review, I have a new headset by BERIBES, and it's really good. And then the keyboard and the mouse are Logitech. And if you decide to go with the brand of Logitech, just know that on the keyboard it says Logi, Logi. So when you see that, it's the same brand. They just didn't include the tech in the name. So just some tips. If you do what I do, or if you work with a keyboard all the time, or have that kind of job, just some good options right here. Okay.